Jamie from Colors. I'm Jamie. If you haven't been here before, I hope you leave me a comment down in the comments below so we can get to know you. I am so excited that we are starting today. So we're going to do backgrounds today. I have 3 backgrounds planned and I have them together because all 3 of them are pastels. So I'm really excited. So 2 of them are going to be with our pan pastels, and then the 3rd one is going to be with our oil pastels. So there are some differences with these pastels and it'll be fun to see what's going on. So I've been saying so a lot. I don't know what that's all about. So. Good grief. Okay. We're going to start with this lovely 2-page spread of our crab and our crab girl. So I'm thinking, my goodness, do you only have one of those words that you just can't stop saying? Okay. We're going to use blues and oranges. I think will be really fun. So they're opposites on the color wheel. They look really good next to each other. And I can see like the crab is orange and the little crab legs is orange and her eyes could be blue, a piercing blue. And then so I was thinking that the background could also be some blues. I'm not gonna say it. I grabbed the ultramarine blues. I think they will be very pretty for this because you kind of want kind of a watery, I don't know, and I just think that they are more oceanic than maybe a phthalo blue is. So we're gonna use them. To use pan pastels, I like to use the Soft Tools, S-O-F-F-T. Type it into Amazon. You will find a ton of different sizes and shapes and styles. I just think they work beautifully. I'm going to use something a little bigger for around here, and then we have little ones that we can use on the inside. This is my favorite one because you can take the top off and just get a new one, and then it's longer. It's like a pencil rather than like these little shorty guys. So I just have a hard time holding on to them. So I really like this one. Another really fun thing with pan pastels that doesn't work as well with the oil pastels is that they are completely erasable, which is so nice because they you can erase them off anything that you put them on that you just like didn't want there. So instead of becoming like all frustrated, you can just erase it. As long as you erase it before you spray it with a final fixative. So that's the part you have to remember is you put down all your pan pastel, then look at it, erase anything that you want erased, and then spray it. Because once you spray it, game over. Okay? You're committed at that point. So we're going to start with ultramarine blue tint, ultramarine, and ultramarine shade. I'll have everything linked in the description box down below. You can do this with any colors that you want. This is what I'm picking. I kind of think, well, I have this big fat one. Maybe I'm trying to decide if I just want to get a cotton round. Another thing that you can get that are cheaper, but not as amazing, or like your makeup cotton round things, which I usually have some around here, but I'm not seeing. Alright, we're just gonna paint. Who cares? Okay. Oh, I'm so hot today. Guys, it's like 100 degrees outside. And my house just, I don't know, it's like coming through the windows. I just feel so hot. So hot. Okay. going to start with my lightest, my tint. And I have absolutely no plan. I don't know. I'm just going to put it down in some areas. My plan is to have a blue background for this crap to live in. That's my plan. How I get there? No idea. Okay. Just smear it on there. That's the fun of pan pastels, is you really don't have to be careful because they erase so well. A little more in here. All right, then I'm going to take my ultramarine blue, tap into it. I didn't clean my sponge or anything because I'm going to a darker one, so who cares? I got a piece of hair. I'm so hot, I'm shedding. Really can't afford to shed. I don't have that much hair. I mean, I have hair, but it's not that thick. Never has been. All right. Put this in there. Blend it right in there. I like pan pastels for backgrounds because they're quick. Now I do like to do my pan pastel backgrounds before I do my subject because then I can erase anything. But that takes some planning and some thinking. You know, sometimes I just want to jump into a picture and then I'm not so fond of doing pan pastels. But if I'm doing backgrounds first, pan pastels is a fun one to do. And sometimes it's fun to just sit down with your pan pastels and go through a book and do a few backgrounds. And then, you know, come back to them later in life to add your color to your subject. They're just fun. They're just fun. So let's put a little down here. Okay, we'll take this over here. I'm messy when I do art. I am just messy. I'm happier when I can just throw it around. I love my pencils and I can get more detailed with them, but there are times when I just want to throw stuff around and see what happens. And so I just don't care. Like, my hands get dirty. It's fine. You can wash afterwards. It'll be okay. Or I'll have paint on my hands, I'll have stuff, it's fine. The best way I found to get paint off my hands is to wash my hair. That's the best way. All right. I'm gonna take this down here a little bit. Just get it on there. Okay. A little dark right there, so we'll make it a little dark over here too. Put a little more. All right. Then I'm going to take the ultramarine shade, which is going to be our darkest color. I'm going to kind of go around the edges with this, I think. It might not stay there. It might sneak in somewhere else too, but That's my plan. So because I like using so many different things, I've been looking more and more and trying more and more like multimedia, like art journal stuff. And I've found this awesome lady on YouTube called Karen, whose name is Karen Campbell, her name's Karen Campbell. And she does like fun, fabulous faces and lots of mixed media stuff. So if you're into like drawing or art journaling, go check her out, because it's awesome. I'm really enjoying watching her videos, and it's really inspiring me to like do other things besides just coloring books. Like maybe I have a little more in me. Maybe I could draw a little bit. I'm not much of a drawer, but maybe I could. I did draw a picture today. I'll show you, okay? I drew 3 pictures, so I'm not a drawer. So this was my first attempt at a face after watching her videos. I was like, okay, it's fine. And then I drew this face, and I was like, well, that's better. And then I got on Pinterest and was like looking at different people's art and like, what do I like and what blah blah. And I decided I liked bigger eyes. There were eyes on a slant that I thought were really cool looking and having little noses. So then I drew her and I colored her in, so I was like, oh, maybe I need to add some color. Maybe they'll look better if they have some color. So I don't mind her for not being someone who draws. I thought it was really good. I don't like that her eye is on a slant, which is kind of ironic since it was something that I really liked in other people's art. But for me, it's driving me crazy. So I'm gonna keep practicing. I'm gonna keep working. I'm gonna keep, you know, trying it out and following some of Karen Campbell's stuff and see what I can come up with. It's just fun. Try something new. Something, a little something. Something else to use my materials on, since I tend to enjoy buying art supplies. I gotta find another way to use them. Besides just throwing them in a coloring book, which I don't have a problem with. I will throw them in a coloring book. And as long as my own bank account says it's okay, I'll keep buying art supplies. All right. Let's see. I really like that. It's just kind of like a cloudy, misty blue. I really like it. I'm gonna grab a little more of the tint. I'm not gonna clean my applicator though. I'm just gonna grab a little more of the tint and just kind of blend a little color in here. Blend anything I see that I might want more blended or a little different. But really, I'm really liking it actually. Okay, now is the moment where you really have to stop and think for a minute. I mean, I don't do much of it, but once in a while I do have to stop and think. Is there anything that has pastel on it that I really don't want pastel on? I can't find the eraser I want, so I'm going to grab this one instead. Okay, I'll just use this. It's fine. Okay, so is there anything with pastel on it that I really don't want pastel on? Now, you can cover up most pastel with pencils. If there's anything that you want light, though, you might want to take off the darker pastel in that area. But they erase really well. This is not the eraser I was hoping to find, but we'll try it out. So this is my kneaded eraser. I usually have a Tombow Mono that I really like. It'll just lift up a little color. Oh, where's that eraser? I don't know. Okay, that's fine. I swear I just had it. Story of my life. Never find what I want. Usually it's because I put it away. We'll use this. It has a teeny tiny. Okay, we'll use this one instead. So this is an electric eraser. This is AFMAT. And I'll just take off this here. See how that just lifts? It lifts beautifully, so you don't have to worry when you're putting your pastel down. Like, go ahead and get messy. Okay, also I'm not too worried about it because most of it I'm going to be able to cover up with pencil, so I'm really not stressing about it. Okay, now I'm going to go spray it with a final fixative. I like the Grembacher final fixative because that's what I found, that's what I bought, that's what I've used. So I'll link it down in the description box below. I'll be right back. Alright, it's been sprayed. It dries really fast, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. Let's go to the next one, which is our Night. We're also going to use Pastels on her. I am thinking I would like to use purples for the background and maybe a little pink. I didn't grab any pink, but maybe some pink too. Hang on, let me find my crap girl again. I need to stick this back in here. Okay. Let me grab it. Alright, I have pulled magentas and violets. I think that would be good. So again, I don't need to worry too much about getting it on the subject matter. I will stick my papers back in here. Just so we don't get it on any pages we don't want it on or we're not thinking about. Okay. So let's do the same thing. We're just gonna grab some colors and smear them around. Okay, I think I'm gonna use violet tint, violet, and magenta tint. That's what I'm planning on using. And a sponge. Okay. All right. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it. Let me take my eraser and just clean up a few spots that I think I need cleaned up. So I'm not too worried about the horse because I feel like he's gonna be darker. I'm trying to remember. No, it's bizarre, but I read these books when I was a kid. That was this Lady Knight. She like disguised herself as a boy so she could become a knight. And that's who I think of when I see this picture. And so I would like to, I almost want to color the horse like her horse. But I'm thinking he was darker. I don't know, maybe he wasn't. Might have to go back and read the book again. So I'm not too worried about him. I do want it off of her skin though. So first book in the series is called Elena, and then it's like fourth one is Woman Who Rides Like a Man, I think. Oh, what are the other ones called? In the Hands of the Goddess? That might be another one. I have that on my bookshelf. Let me go look. Here they are. It's Elena, the First Adventure, In the Hand of the Goddess, The Woman Who Rides Like a Man, and Lioness Rampant. So, anyways, beautiful books, fun for young girls. Not too young, but young, like teenage girls, preteen girls. I enjoyed them. Read them several times. So much so that I'm coloring my knight as if it was her. With her purple eyes and her red hair. So her eyes are closed, so we gotta do purple sky. I'm just using a kneaded eraser to pick up a little of the pastel. Not too bad. All right, I'm gonna go spray this one and then we will talk about how the oil pastels are different. And then we'll go to the one that we're doing oil pastel on, which is this mermaidy type picture. Just a paper stump and our oil pastels. So I'm using the Gallery Mungvo Artist Soft Oil Pastels. I got them off Amazon, I think for like $40, $20. I don't remember. I'll link it down below. Stuff like this on Amazon, like it changes every day, you know? It's never just a set price. But this has beautiful colors. I've used them quite a bit and they haven't worn down too much. And I'm on a few. I'm about ready to peel the paper back, but This looks really good. So I haven't really thought about this one. What colors do I want to do? We did blue on the other one. I mean it's water, right? So I am kind of thinking some turquoisey, bluish colors. Unless we want to just throw all that out the window and do something completely different. Tucking stuff around. Okay, let's do kind of the watery kind of colors. We'll do, what's this? This is turquoise, I think. I love this color. So turquoise green. And let's go more blue. So let's do turquoise blue or turquoise green and light blue. And do we want another one? I almost want to throw in like a what's this? This is pale yellow. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, so this again, I am gonna scribble. Now this time I am gonna be a little more careful about getting it on the subject. I'm not gonna care too much, and I haven't had a lot of issue covering it up when it has gotten on the subject, but it doesn't erase like the pan pastels do. It sticks. So I want to be a little more careful than I was with the pan pastels. But I'm still just going to scribble to start with. It is, you just turn back into a child and don't worry about it. Just scribble. You want to get enough pastel on the page that you have something to work with, but it does not need to be beautiful. I'm going right over the bubbles. I don't care about them. I will put them back in with a Posca paint pen at when the picture's all finished. So I'm not worried about the little bubbles. Have to grab a darker color too. I'm kind of thinking right now about how water works, that water is darker the deeper you go down, and so I am kind of thinking, wondering if I want to kind of do that direction and put some darker down here. Maybe so. So let's put this blue over here as well. I'm not going to come up too far on her. Maybe like right there. Just kind of pull it up. Said, don't worry about it being pretty. It doesn't need to be pretty. You're scribbling. Okay. That's good. And let's take the turquoise green and let's put some of this in there. I want to kind of get it a little bit in between this wreath, but I'm not too fussy about it. Really, because I'm just not patient enough to be that fussy right now. And I can use my paper stump to get in those little tiny areas, and I can add more pastel later if I need more in an area. Like deep in those little spots. If I don't have enough on my paper stump to get down there, I can add more. I'm going to take it right on top of the light blue as well to try to help those blend a little bit. And take them up a little bit. Okay. And over here, go right over the top a little bit. This is nice. I'm relaxing, so I'm probably gonna get like all sleepy toned, and the whole tone of the video is gonna change now. Split personality. Oh well. I'm wondering if I want to take that up above her head a little bit. Yeah, I do. Okay. I get oil pastel on my hands when I'm doing this. It gets on my hands. I don't worry about it. And I find that like a baby wipe takes it off pretty good off my hands. Okay, then I have, am I gonna change my mind? I might change my mind. I'm gonna change my mind. I'm gonna grab the lime green instead of the pale yellow. I'm gonna do light green, lime green. I'm gonna take I'm overlapping those greens. Okay. Oh, got some purple in there. Oh well. We'll just add some more. We'll just pull our paper back a little bit. A little more purple. Okay. Okay, then let's look at this little fishy again. Let's take the light blue and bring it down a little more. Okay, and then I'm gonna take, which one? This? No. Maybe, is that too dark? What's this? Cobalt blue. Let's try that. Yeah, it's good. I like it. Okay, I want you to notice that this is a hot mess. Like, it is. It's a hot mess. I scribbled. It was quick. I had fun. It was good. So I don't want you to worry. Backgrounds should, I just think they should be easy. Okay. Now, you can dissolve this with a solvent, add like odorless mineral spirits, Gamsol or Mona Lisa, or any of those. That's one way to do it. I like just blending it with my fingers or the paper stump better than I like dissolving it. So that's what I'm going to do, but it does take a little pressure and it does take a little time. So I'm probably not going to do all of that tonight. I will do some of it for you so you can see what I'm doing, but then I'll go watch TV and finish it there, or finish it at the park while my kids are playing. So things that you should know is, I just got that all over me, that it's pastel. It will smear. You'll pick it up with your fingers. So I put a piece of paper in my book, like in between the pages, like a clean piece of paper, if I'm gonna shut my book. Or when I took it to the park, that's what I did. I just slipped a piece of paper in there, and then I took it to the park. It was no big deal. I was able to sit there and blend, put the paper back in, bring it home. When you're done blending, then you can spray it with the same final fixative that you sprayed on the pan pastel, and then I don't have to worry. Then it doesn't transfer. I haven't had any problems with it transferring onto the other page after it's been sprayed with the final fixative. So those are the things I have to keep in mind, is that this blending, it does take a little bit of time. Slip a piece of paper in so it doesn't transfer somewhere you don't want it before you have it all blended. Other than that, just enjoy the process of getting your hands dirty, because you're gonna get your hands dirty doing this. Seriously, I just take my finger and I rub it together, and the heat from your hand and the heat of the friction of rubbing it kind of melts it a little bit and just makes it blend beautifully. Like, I just think it's beautiful. You can keep a paper back there, it might be a good idea, but you can just blend this with your finger. Okay, so easy, so pretty, so fun, so messy. Okay, let me let's see, what else do you need to know? So I use my finger until I get to those spots that are just too small for my finger. Then I grab a paper stump, really of any size. It really hasn't mattered because the tips are so small on any of them. And you can blend with these. You can blend your whole picture with these if you don't like getting your hands dirty, or you need something to put pressure on besides your finger. They work great. See, they just get right down in there close to the subject and go. But this does take a little more time because I need to be a little more careful than with my pan pastels. They erase so well and that you can color right over the top of. These are a little harder to cover up with your pencils, and they are a lot harder to erase than the pan pastels, so just keep that in mind. And I'm just giving you options for backgrounds. If you want to do this page using pan pastels instead of oil pastels, or any of the other things we're going to go over, go for it. But that is how you blend this out. And it just becomes this creamy, beautiful background. No, I love it. So that is that for our pastel backgrounds. You'll see, of course, the finish of this when we go to color it in a few weeks, and it will be beautiful and done by then. But I think that is it for tonight. So oil pastels, so much fun. Everything's linked in the description box down below. That baby white just takes it right off your finger, so no worries. Yeah, and then our pan pastels I'll have linked in the description box down below as well. And they're beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love it. So there you go for our first 3 backgrounds. Come back on Friday and we'll do a few more, and then we'll start coloring some subjects here next week or so. So I hope to see you then. Please find time to relax, de-stress, enjoy some life, throw some oil pastels on a paper and get your hands dirty. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!